This is a video that I have from fucking Alex Jones. I know I'm not like an Alex Jones hater, but that guy is a fucking lunatic. Okay, let's be real. But it's a Trump speech, so I don't know what Trump's talking about. Trump declares war on the NWO, tells the Davos elite. This is Alex Jones speak. I don't even want to read this. I just know that we have a 6-minute Trump speech. I don't know. I mean, we could watch it, but I don't even know what it's about. What's NWO? NWO. I'm Googling it. New World Order. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. From wrestling. Trump declares war on the New World Order. That's so funny, dude. That's so funny, bro. Yeah, New World Order from what was it? What was that wrestling? WCW. New World Order. Love it. That stuff was so good back in the day. I just got a dose of nostalgia. Thanks, Alex Jones. At least you hooked me up with that. Let's see what Trump's talking about.
My administration is acting with unprecedented speed to fix the disasters we've inherited from a totally inept group of people and to solve every single crisis facing our country. This begins with confronting the economic chaos caused by the failed policies of the last administration. Over the past 4 years, our government racked up $8 trillion in wasteful deficit spending and inflicted nation-wrecking energy restrictions, crippling regulations, and hidden taxes like never before. The result is the worst inflation crisis in modern history and sky-high interest rates for our citizens and even throughout the world. Food prices and the price of almost every other thing known to mankind went through the roof. President Biden totally lost control of what was going on in our country, but in particular with our high inflation economy and at our border. Because of these ruinous policies, total government spending this year is $1.5 trillion higher than was projected to occur when I left office just 4 years ago. Likewise, the cost of servicing the debt is more than 230% higher than was projected in 2020. The inflation rate we are inheriting remains 50% higher than the historic target. It was the highest inflation probably in the history of our country. That's why from the moment I took office, I've taken rapid action to reverse each and every one of these radical left policies that created this calamity, in particular with immigration, crime, and inflation. On day one, I signed an executive order directing every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and reduce the cost of daily life. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze, and I created the new Department of Government Efficiency. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam, withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord, and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy. I declared a national energy emergency, and that's so important, national energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it. Not only will this reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services, it'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. My administration has also begun the largest deregulation campaign in history, far exceeding even the record-setting efforts of my last term. In total, the Biden administration imposed $50,000 in additional regulatory costs on the average American household over the last 4 years. I have promised to eliminate 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which will soon put many thousands of dollars back in the pockets of American families. To further unleash our economy, our majorities in the House and Senate, which we also took along with the presidency, are going to pass the largest tax cut in American history, including massive tax cuts for workers and family, and big tax cuts for domestic producers and manufacturers. And we're working with the Democrats on getting an extension of the original Trump tax cuts, as you probably know. by just reading any paper. My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth.
Alex Jones. Sorry, I don't want to take away from anything Trump just said. It's just like the Alex Jones ending is just sending me a little bit. Trump's not messing around, dude. This is day 3. And he's already he is like he was ready to go. He was prepared and knew all this stuff that he wanted to do. Him and his team, he doesn't do it all himself, but him and his people have figured out this whole course of action of things they wanted to do immediately, and they're doing it. And it's just, I remember them doing something like this the first time when Trump became president in 2016, 17. Right. And he was right away, he was doing a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, look at him go. He's moving, but it just seems so much more intense now. There's so much more shit getting done right away this time. And I think it's for 2 reasons. One, Trump is way more experienced. He has 8 years experience doing this now, maybe 9-ish because of the campaign. Right. So he has 9 years of experience already. The first 4 years of just being blocked by everything he was trying to do is a constant fight. He was trying to get a lot of stuff done, and I think he found a lot of the bureaucracy to be difficult to deal with. But and it's a lot easier to deal with it when you could just boss everyone around. You could just clear up a bureaucracy where you could just literally tell everyone what to do, and everyone just does it. And that's what he was trying to do, but he couldn't the first time because he didn't understand the game as much. But now that he understands the game. And on top of that, the other reason is he has a ton of support and power now. The rights have so much more power. So I think that a lot of the things that he's trying to do are going to happen a lot easier. There's going to be a whole lot less people not being cooperative with him this time around. And he just has ways of navigating this problem this time. So it's just experience. The guy got experience. He gets good at things. I think he ended up kind of enjoying the challenge of politics and taking it on as I don't know, just hey, here's a new thing that I'm going to get good at, I guess. And he just kind of jumped in and fumbled around, but said, screw it, we're moving forward anyways. It's very entrepreneurial how he approached being a politician. And then he aggressively accelerated his capabilities in just 9 short years, which is arguably 10, which is insane. It's insane. So just say that's kind of my take when it comes to Trump and a lot of the things that he's doing immediately. It's a night and day difference with his all the stuff that he's trying to do. And I think that a lot of it is going to happen. I think that the chances of absolute total disaster under Trump's leadership is not I just don't think that that's going to happen. I think that a lot of people think that that's going to happen because they don't like Trump and they think that he's such a big problem. I think what a lot of people that don't like Trump fail to realize is that, okay, he's a problem for them in a lot of very serious ways, which I agree. There's things that he fundamentally disagrees with and wants to fight against when it comes to ideals of people on the left. But at the end of the day, I think that under his leadership, we will see more, success for everybody. We'll see wealth come into this country in a way that we've never seen before. We think that we've made a lot of money for this country, much like these companies are super accelerating and making absurd amounts of money in the past 5-10 years. And we thought that they were glass houses before they just became these mega companies, right? We could do that with countries too. We could do it with countries. These countries have power and money, and it could be shifted around, and you can accelerate the growth of one. I think that that's what we're going to see with United States. We're going to see super United States. If you go back 50 years, we're super United States compared to then. They had no idea what we were going to be capable of 50 years later, right? So we're setting up the next 50 years right now, and we're going to become the fucking super United States. That's what I think is going to happen with a lot of the global politics that's going on right now, because the way Trump sees it is we have a lot of the way he's navigating global politics right now is through the lens of who has all the cards, right? Who has the leverage. It's business, and it's okay, so we've got the big swinging fucking dick, and everyone else needs us. We don't need them, and that gives you a lot of power when it comes to negotiating. And he's just utilizing these honestly very basic business tactics. To be honest, like they're nothing crazy. It's not like super rocket science or anything. You could anybody could read these things and understand the concept and the mechanisms of these negotiations. The thing that's hard is being the one with the big stick. We've got the big stick, so we can kind of dictate things. And with the way Trump is seeing everything is like, hey, America has this big stick and we haven't been waving it around and everyone's taking advantage of us. And he's like coming in and he's tightening everything up. That's his viewpoint on what he's doing. And from my perspective, you know, I've never done anything, no like really big business stuff or anything. I've only done small business things, but I've seen this same exact thing work in my industries that I've worked in. With there's big players that kind of dictate things. I was in the motorcycle industry, and there was one company. They sell all the parts. They have a big catalog. They sell all the parts. I made motorcycle exhaust. I needed them, and they didn't need me. They could just sell someone else's exhaust. So I had to play by their rules to get in their book, to get on their website, and in their warehouses. That's how I had to do it. They have the big stick. America has the big stick with the world. Trump is approaching that problem through a business perspective. And quite frankly, I think the simplicity of it can actually work because like our opponents and our allies and our, you know, sometimes they don't have a choice. They have to play along. They have to navigate accordingly. They respond, we respond. And it's a different way of doing the global politics. But I think that I don't know. We haven't seen anyone ever do it before. So it's an interesting experiment. I think it'll work, but I could be wrong. Trump could be wrong. You know, this could be a disaster. I don't think it's going to be, but that's where we're at.